I cannot believe it. It happened after months and months. I have my own billboard alongside my podcast co-host Chris Booker, and I have you to thank. Maybe not you, but a lot of people that are going to be watching this video are an integral part of this billboard happening. If you missed my social media post, and I posted it on my website, there is a billboard up right now and for the next 3.5 weeks in Los Angeles at La Brea and Slauson, and it is promoting me and the podcast. And I'm so thankful and proud of it for many reasons. So thankful because this podcast was made possible thanks to my listeners. They appreciate what Chris Booker and I are doing so much that they gave of their own money to make this happen. It started off as a silly gimmick idea that Chris had, and I instantly loved it. And I said, you know what? We should try to make this into something bigger. Plus, I've spoken before about how now that I have 3 kids, I am the most frugal person on the planet. So we did a GoFundMe against the advice of my team. Sometimes you should just go with your gut instinct, and that's what I did. My team thought it was a bad look for me to ask money for people for a billboard. And if I was going to do it, they thought it should have some charity component. Well, you know what? I was right. My listeners were down with the idea. They gave money. I want to thank each and every one of you who donated. I already gave a lot of verbal shout outs on the podcast to everybody who gave $1 or more, anybody who donated. And I just want to make this video as well to thank you. And I'll talk about everything happening in Hollywood today. But if you want to, I would love to see your photos. Upload them if you're passing by La Brea and Slauson with the hashtag Perez Billboard. And yes, Booker and I will be broadcasting live and doing a podcast somewhere in the vicinity. I'm going to have to scope it out. I'm going to do that this weekend. I can't wait to go take my kids and be like, look, that's Daddy. He's got his own podcast. His own billboard, his podcast too. I can't believe it. All right. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, on to business. Unfortunately, some unpleasant updates for Charlie Rose. He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame. Charlie Rose has been fired by CBS. Charlie Rose has also been fired by PBS. Charlie Rose is 73 years old. He's gonna kick the bucket soon, so he's probably unbothered. Also, Mad Men creator Matthew Weiner is denying sexual harassment allegations, instead saying that he was just angry a lot of the time during the first few seasons of Mad Men. How do women confuse anger with sexual harassment? I don't think they do. Also, in similar news, Ryan Seacrest now is giving us more information about the woman whom he claims was trying to extort him. He says that the woman's lawyer met with his lawyers. He was on a conference call, heard it all. The woman's lawyer wanted $15 million to keep quiet. So Seacrest beat them to the punch, said it never happened, and revealed the extortion attempt. As I've said previously, if you have been the victim of sexual harassment or assault, do whatever you want. But if you ask for money to remain quiet, people won't believe you. In other news that's related, I made a video yesterday about Lena Dunham and her getting a lot of negative feedback from people for standing up for her friend and speaking out in support of somebody that had been accused of rape. Well, now 12 plus women have come forward and written a letter of support for Al Franken, women that worked with him on Saturday Night Live, including some very famous SNL alums like Jane Curtin and Lorraine Newman. Multiple women have come forward and accused Al Franken of sexual harassment. What do you all say about the women supporting Al Franken? Do you view them any differently? And I'm seeing a parallel between them and Lena Dunham, aren't you? But I don't want to talk about this too much. It's been this for weeks now. Let me talk about some relationship news. Jennifer Garner seems like the perfect wife and perfect mother. I'm not even heterosexual, but I'm tempted to marry her. Like, let's just skip the dating and go straight to engagement and marriage, which would be totally fine by her. In a new interview, Jennifer Garner, Ben Affleck's ex-wife, says that she doesn't want to date. She says, I haven't been on a date and I'm not interested in dating. That makes me sad. I'm interested in dating. I've stopped the online dating. When I was in New York, I was going out on a ton of dates. I was on OkCupid and meeting about 1 and change guys a week. I would take them all to the local little, like, not fancy, but not hole-in-the-wall restaurant on my block. They knew me by my name. I was boring. I would always get the same thing, green tea. Afterwards, I was on Patty Stanger's Millionaire Matchmaker, and she chastised me, saying that I should be drinking alcohol on first dates. I like to drink, but don't steer me in the wrong direction. I purposely chose not to for many reasons. A coffee date is an easy out. If it's not working, and you'll know really quickly upon meeting somebody that you've just been communicating with online, if it's not working, you can leave after 30 minutes. And I had them all come to me. Time efficient. But it was also a lot of work being on OkCupid and communicating with a lot of guys. And it didn't work out for me. That's not to say I won't ever do online dating again in the future. But now I just want to leave it open to the universe. But I also want to put it out there that if somebody awesome presented themselves, I would totally go out on a date and multiple dates and put in the time and effort into dating, because that's important and I deserve that and I want that. So I wanted to put that out there. In other relationship news, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. Lady Gaga's fiance has a tattoo of her on his arm. He's officially a little monster. I just always feel like more often than not, people who get their partner's name or tattoo or face tattooed, it doesn't work out. Is it just me? On to happier couples news to end things today. Congratulations to Gwyneth Paltrow. She is engaged to her longtime boyfriend now of a few years. They've been dating a few years, Brad Falchuk. He is Ryan Murphy's right-hand man and a very successful TV producer. Gwyneth knows how to pick 'em. All right, that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everybody who donated one more time. And if you enjoyed this video, my name is Perez. I love talking. I love talking about Hollywood and everything. I'm a talker. And if you like to hear what I have to say about things, hit the like button, hit the share button especially. Leave a comment, and if you're not following me yet, follow me. Mwah!